fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Hey everybody, and welcome to the extremely late video celebrating Picard Day in not only Star Trek Fleet Command, but Star Trek in general. Because, hey, if there's a captain out there that most of you find as the favorite, it's probably Jean-Luc Picard. Although, honestly, I still think I maybe lean a bit more Benjamin Sisko because he's so relatable as a human. Picard definitely represents everything about the Federation, but there's just something about Sisko that makes me go, that crazy guy. I like him. I like him a lot. Even though he probably would have done some really bad things, and yeah, okay, we'll uncloak for that. That man was, it was wild. So let's talk about what Star Trek Fleet Command did to celebrate, which is undoubtedly the best pack we've ever had. In fact, I decided to wait till this video to open up the two from my main two accounts, my level 23 account right here on server 63. Picard Day gift. We're gonna open this up and see what we're getting inside. As you can see, not only the 5 Picard charge, which we are used to. If you remember the Strange New Worlds and like Pike and stuff that we've gotten where we get like 5, that's normal. But you see here getting a load of uncommons, rares, and commons in a level 23 pack. I mean, in terms of what this is, look, 13, 63, and then 100 is pretty significant. I mean, to the point that if I actually go into a pack right now and I jump into my store, and this is very rare, so it's worth mentioning. So let's just say that I jump into, I'm just gonna pick a random pack. I'm gonna scroll down here and pick one of the ship packs. Let's just pick a random pack and talk about what it pays out. Look at all these different, there's so many packs. Y'all, when I tell you that there are packs in this game, there are a lot of packs in this game. Okay, here, $50 pack right here. Look at what we're getting in terms of rares and uncommons. I got more rares in the freebie, though less uncommons, but still similar amounts, slightly less. So, I mean, you're talking about them giving 20, 30 bucks worth of stuff to every player, depending on what exactly you got. In fact, let's switch it over to my main account. Oh, gotta love it when we have the power of the internet there. Open it up here. So let's go with this one, Picard. Look at what I'm getting at level 42 on the original server. That's a lot. That is a significant amount of materials. Look at the 4-star, almost 2,000 per, 200 per rare. I mean, this is a lot, y'all. I mean, this is a lot. And here's what this boils down to. Because I got to ask this in my Discord. And if you're not in my Discord, I strongly encourage you to join. You know, we have Star Trek Fleet Command content. We've got Diablo Immortals. We got Pokemon Go. We're doing everything there. But we talk about Star Trek Fleet Command, obviously, is the main thing because that's my main game. So we were talking about, and I got to ask, yo, would this have happened if this had come out in another month? And I'll say with 100% certainty, if this was February, you would not have gotten that pack. Absolutely not. You may have gotten some Picard shards, maybe a little bit extra. Maybe they would have done like 5 Picard and 5 Beverly. You would absolutely have not gotten what you just saw in this pack opening. Now, I'm not trying to trash Scopely by saying that. It's just the truth. Now, here's what this all boils down to. The month of June, this month has been hands down one of the most frustrating bad months for all of us. And here's the thing, when it's bad for us, and y'all can agree or disagree, it's bad for Scopely, because what happens when y'all are unhappy? Well, people aren't going to this shiny yellow button up here at the top. So players unhappy means less income for the company. So they have to find a way to rectify that. Now, just go ahead and be real. We've been banging our head against the wall when it comes to the Galaxy Tree, you know, and the value that is here. And, you know, correctly been brought up by people in chat that the combat tree also has got some ridiculousness in it, and all of that is true. And what we're coming into is not only do these things need to be fixed, but we're getting into the greater scheme or the greater problem in the game. And that's the economy has been FUBAR. And if you don't know that acronym, well, y'all can spell it out for people in the comments section, because I'm not going to say that on YouTube. But it's been FUBAR, and it has been for a long time now. The Refinery is a constant complaint. I have submitted continual requests for Refinery updates, and you know, maybe we'll start getting those. We've got the week-long bonus Refinery, which is another example of them like trying to placate the players. Like, we realize this is bad. We may not be giving you what you want, but we're trying to do something. So I guess we respect the effort in the trying to do something. But getting these, you know, Picard Day packs or Picard Day gifts rather, and then getting the bonus Refinery is a temporary fix, which is fine. It's temporary. I mean, in the past week, y'all have now gotten more uncommon than you would typically get by running events. You know, just events alone. That's I mean, I don't normally get 1,000 uncommon in a week unless there's a specific event, something like Parabellum would allow me to do that at level 40. Either way, it is a huge influx to the economy. So have to give props to that where it's due. At the same time, it is not enough. That's the type of thing that needs to be on the regular. And one of the things that I've pushed for a long time, and I've been pushing for years, is a consistent bonus refinery. My goal has always been to get it coming every 3 to 4 months consistently, and now work on it to coming more often. I mean, the goal would be, what if we could have it every month? You know, that's something that I've pushed for years now. And we finally found a pattern where we're getting them to release it every 3 to 4 months. But now we've gotten a week-long one, which helps set a new precedent. So at the end of the day, hopefully good comes this. Now, I'll also say that for me personally, this has been a massive mental drain, to the extent that, just to be upfront with y'all, I've kind of put Scopely on mute for the next few days. Not that I'm not going to work with them or something, or I'm like leaving, just that I'm kind of like ignoring them just because I don't feel like dealing with them mentally. You know, Father's Day's this weekend. You know, I'm going to try to celebrate with y'all and family and everything, and just step away. But at the same time, continue to put that pressure on them to make things better, because I have to say, admittedly, that Picard Day and everything that we've just gotten has been a tremendous improvement to what the reaction was to negative feedback before. Now, at the same time, they've had to do that. They've had no choice, y'all. We're talking hundreds of players have left the game in June. You know, I've always been open. My goal is not to get people to leave, but to make the game better and hopefully bring back those players who left. Hundreds of players have left here in June, and the likelihood of all of them coming back is extremely low. But if we can continue to improve the game, then maybe that can happen. Now, I have to point out that improvements have not really come yet. We've had Band-Aids being thrown on the wounds. And as long as the Band-Aids keep coming, I guess that's okay. But obviously, Band-Aids are not a permanent solution. You can't just run week-long bonus refineries every day. And, you know, you can't just throw out Picard gifts all the time. But at the same time, they can be something that helps keep us around to see, or hopefully continue to have hope that things are going to get better. And that's kind of where I am. So even though I'm taking like a mental break from dealing with the shenanigans and the constant banging my head against the wall for a couple of days, it is still nice to see things like the Picard event, which we would have never seen this Picard before. That would have just been not only would we have not gotten it before, we would have literally been laughed at in our faces. There have been times where I've asked for things and just gotten an immediate, there's no chance that you're getting that. And yet here we are in June 2022, where things that were once deemed impossible are finally starting to come to fruition. And throughout all this negativity, I'm trying to remain positive in seeing those type of things, little lights at the end of the tunnel. At the end of the day, and I know I repeat that way too much, I've been saying that way too much, none of that really matters unless change actually comes forth, like positive economy change. I got into a big, I wouldn't call it an argument. I was in a huge discussion with DJ earlier because of my frustration. I said, look, DJ, unless they improved, say, the, economy as a whole, like we talk about the grand scale of the economy, if they did not, they'd have to improve about multiple 3-5 times. I mean, it's just, I'm talking about a lot. I mean, you have to, but at the same time, you are finally starting to see them succumb to the pressure of the anger, the downright vitriol that's been spewed by players towards this game over the past couple weeks. And when you're losing the amount of players you are, and let's just be real from a game perspective, when you release something as large as the extension to the research tree, it's meant to be a significant portion of your income for the quarter, and businesses track their income over a quarter. But when you're bleeding players and, people aren't buying packs, and look, I've not told anybody to not, I did not call for a spending ban. This has been your frustration. They have to listen. And it looks like that could be happening. So it's a good thing. I like that. The only thing I can say is we got to see that it keeps happening. It's weird for me to admit that things like the Picard gifts and the bonus refinery are softening me a little bit position-wise, but in some ways they are. In other ways, they're not. In other ways, I'm still the same angry content creator who's going fix the freaking game because it's bad in some ways, but at the same time, that's a good step. As long as these Band-Aids turn into permanent solutions. For example, the refinery getting guaranteed payouts. Finally, look, I've had these conversations, and at this point, man, I'm not saying I want to get rid of my NDA, but I'm just going to tell you some of the conversations I've had with them. I mean, I've had conversations about taking the regular refinery and changing the loot tables to actually have some guarantees there, instead of it just being where you can pull a massive pull and get nothing but commons at level 40 or level 39 or level 35. And, we've had in-depth conversations that I've talked with them, like, how can I get Swarm Sunday to be useful to higher level players who completely ignore it? I've had in-depth conversations about what it would take to make the PvE chest worth doing for all players and changing the loot boxes. Those aren't conversations that I've been able to have recently. So just giving y'all some peek behind the curtain here. And I don't think anything's too egregious, but honestly, Scopely, at this point, I'm taking 2 days off. So if you're going to yell at me, you wait till Monday to yell at me, to be completely honest with you. If you don't like what I just said, you wait till Monday, because I don't care. All of this is good, but only if that good translates into something. So I guess this is kind of like that middle of the month, softening the blow a little bit, saying, hey, I'm noticing things, I'm noticing movement. Through my frustration, I'm taking a step back, but still seeing, hey, I like what is happening, and hopefully that continues. I'm curious what you think. As always, I'm going to encourage you to, spam the comment section of this video and share this out. Sorry for it coming out so late. I just, it's been a day, y'all. If y'all been following my Discord, y'all know a lot of stuff's going on. So live long and prosper. Stay safe with those Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Enjoy your Picard day and continue to bring those pitchforks, bring those torches, let them know what this game needs for you to stick around, and hopefully they listen. That's all I got for you. Bye.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.